What's up, everybody? Mark with Coffee&Toys here, bringing you the latest G.I. Joe and Transformers collaboration figure unboxing and review. And today, I've been wanting to get to this one for a while. It's just slipped to the bottom of the pile. But today, we are reviewing it. And of course, I am talking about the G.I. Joe Transformers Decepticon Soundwave Thunder Machine with Zartan and Zarana. Let's talk about it. So the G.I. Joe and Transformer team continue at Hasbro to release these collaborations. The first one we got was the Megatron Hiss Tank, followed up by the, what was the next one? The Awe Striker Bumblebee with Stalker. And now for 2024, which this figure set is considered 2024, even though it came out in 2023, is going to be the latest one with Soundwave as the Thunder Machine for the Dreadnoks, Zarana, and Zartan. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome. What I do on this channel is I review action figures from my childhood, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Star Wars, Masters of the Universe, or anything else really that catches my fancy. I am an out-of-box collector primarily. That's why you can see most of my figures are out-of-box behind me. And we review the figure, the box art, we take it out of the box, we accessorize, we talk about the figures and the accessories, and then I give you my kind of final call on whether it was worth picking up or not. So, before we go any further, make sure you hit that like button, helps out the channel a whole bunch, and make sure you comment, because I want to know if you guys picked this up or you're sitting on the fence, because it is still available right now on HasbroPulse.com. MSRP of $99.99. So it's not a cheap set, but it does come with 2 carded figures from the G.I. Joe vintage style line, and I'm really interested in reviewing those as well and comparing them to some of the other retro 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joes we've gotten so far. And of course, Soundwave. I mean, we got to talk about Soundwave. So without further ado, let's jump on over and check out that box art for the G.I. Joe Transformers 2024 Soundwave Thunder Machine. Okay, as you can see, this is a very large box. It actually takes up most of my screen, so I apologize if you see the blue background shift. But yeah, we have this beautiful artwork on both sides that we've seen with the other G.I. Joe Transformers collaboration series figure sets. And of course, we have Decepticons, or rather the Transformer Decepticon Soundwave on the side. We do see Ravage is here as well, which is very cool. He does come with this set. And of course, on this side, we get the classic G.I. Joe look with the Thunder Machine with Zarana driving and Zartan on the outside. And of course, here they show you what it's going to look like, the figures inside kind of to scale. I believe that's pretty close to scale. Now, it does have a separation in the middle, so you can actually open it right here and pull it apart. And we'll get into the unboxing of it here in a little bit. But first, just take us another second to look at this wonderful card art. It is ages 8+, so I think I qualify. And let's just flip it around a little bit. So here's what you actually get inside. You get 2 pieces, as you can see. We get number 1, Soundwave. And then you can see his alternate configuration as the Thunder Machine. And you get Ravage here with Zartan wearing his mask, his disguise, and Zarana. So very excited about that. Let's go ahead and spin him around so we can look at the back. Sorry for smacking the camera. And yeah, there's the back of the picture. And very good. Let me just straighten this camera out a little bit. Oops. Wow, sorry guys. I am doing absolutely terrible today. So as you can see, it basically says there's 33 steps to transforming this figure. You know, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to transform it today. I generally like to display them in their alt mode, but I'm just not a huge fan of the Thunder Machine. Again, you guys know me. If you watch any of my videos, I'm not a huge fan of the Dreadnoks. Never had the Thunder Machine as a kid. Did have Zartan. Don't mind Zarana. Just never a big Dreadnoks fan. But there you go. You can see it opens up so you can put the figures in. And of course, over here we have the alt mode where they can use the weapons. And let me just slide right in so you can see some of that detail. And of course, if I move over here, you can see a little bit more. And yeah, just looking fantastic. So let's go ahead and zoom back out, try to straighten this image a little bit. And again, you see that it comes with Ravage, Zarana, and Zartan, and of course Soundwave. Up in the corner, we do see it is 2024 G.I. Joe Transformers collaborative. Very nice. So like I said, this is considered a 2024 release, even though it came out at the tail end of 2023. But that being said, I'm going to get this guy out of the box so we can see what the inner box looks like, see how the figures come, and then we'll just keep going from there. Okay, and this is what the inner box looks like. You have the Hasbro logo And it does open up. I did accidentally tear the box a little bit when I was getting it out, so you can see over here on the side I tore it. But there you go. You got the G.I. Joe 2024 Transformers Soundwave Dreadnok Thunder Machine. And if we just open it right up like this, hopefully I won't make it too big of a fuss about it. Perfect. So as you can see, we can open it up, and since I haven't taken anything out yet, I'll just give you a quick little gander of what is inside. Of course, you have Soundwave standing there tall and proud, as only Soundwave can. You do some of the accessories up here, all tied in with plastic ties. And of course, you do see that we have Zartan and Zarana on their card art. Oh, and over here is Ravage as a cassette player. I didn't recognize it at first because it's flipped around. So very cool. Give me just a few minutes to get these out of the package, and then we'll start with Soundwave. Okay, here we have it. Soundwave as the Thunder Machine. Of course, this is in his robot mode, and I am very impressed with how this looks. It just looks really well. I've always enjoyed Soundwave as a character. He's been one of my favorites, and him as the Thunder Machine is kind of neat. Never would have really thought of him being the Thunder Machine, so kudos to the Transformers G.I. Joe team for making this happen. Yeah, looking great. Just kind of give you a quick little look. Of course, the main thing you probably want to check out is, does his head move? Of course, it turns around, and he's got all sorts of articulation. He's got, he's got to change into the Thunder Machine. But, I mean, he's a substantial size Transformer. I don't know what he compares to as far as Megatron in size, but I feel like he's taller. And, of course, he has the eject mode for Ravage. And let's just go ahead and check that out real quick because I have a Ravage right here. Now, I will say I'm a little disappointed there's no decos on this cassette tape, the alt mode. A little disappointing, but I mean, it is what it is. Of course, tipping forward, you can see that the, I guess it doesn't matter which way it goes in. Yeah, maybe it does. Yes, it does. And there you go. So, of course, now he's closed in. And it just ejects simply like that. And I will take a moment before we do a 360 of Soundwave just to kind of show you Ravage. So I believe this is the same one. Someone I read somewhere said this is the same Ravage that came with the Masterpiece Shockwave. So I don't know if that's true or not. Drop me a comment below if it is. I am so bad at Transformers. If I don't have the instruction sheets, or a video, I am just terrible. How about you guys? You guys figure these out really easily, or am I just the only YouTuber out here that cannot figure out Transformers yet reviews them anyway? So, like, I know this comes out like this. And then they should just be as simple as spinning his legs down. Fold that in. There's his head. There's the Decepticon logo, so that's very nice. Let me give you a zoom in on that real quick. There you go. So now you can really see what's starting to happen here. Let's get the other... Okay, he's got the logo on the other side as well, so that's very cool. Turn those paws in. And I think I pretty much have it at this point. Just got to get the legs turned the right way. And I believe the tail pulls out. There you go. You can see the tail is in there pretty snug. Trying to figure out if there's an easy way to do this, or easier way. But, you get the idea. There we go. We've got Ravage. It's a pretty big space in the front of the head. I feel like it should snap together, and it's quite simply not. So, but there you go. You get the idea. We've got Ravage right there. I'll go ahead and put Ravage down below, and we will zoom back out so we can focus on the rest of Soundwave. So let's get that closed, and let's just do a quick 360 of him. I don't have him. Oh, I need to take those off. So, forgot about that. Apologize, folks. But yeah, you can see that's the top of the Thunder Machine, and this looks really good. Oh, that's neat. We got how many G.I. Joes have been taken down? Looks like 7, so very good Soundwave. So yeah, there we go. There we have Soundwave in his robot mode with Ravage, and let's go ahead, and I think what I'll go ahead and do is I will transform him into the Thunder Machine, and then we'll move on to the Zarana and Zartan. Okay, here we have it, the Thunder Machine. This is the alt mode for Soundwave. Took me 25 minutes approximately to get it through all 33 steps, and honestly, like what happens with most of these Transformers, I get more confused by the steps, and I just wind up doing it on my own, so I'm not 100% sure if it's completely accurate, but I'm pretty sure I did it for the most part. So, just to kind of give you a quick view, there's the Gatling gun and the grill on the front. Of course, it's interesting because that is pretty much the Pontiac logo they put on the front of the car for the Firebird. But yeah, there you go. You can see it looks very good. Got the Cobra logo right here, spinning it around just to let you see. Of course, I mentioned earlier those 7 stars for the number of Joes they've taken out. And then actually I should pop this up because that is a foot peg for people to ride on. And then this just pops open so you can actually see inside, and you can see inside we got a steering wheel that moves, and both Zarana and Zartan can fit inside the cabin. Push that back down, and as you can see, it's not perfectly lining up on mine, but that's okay. And then rolling around to the back, we have Soundwave's blaster, basically becomes the jet engine for the Thunder Machine. You got the Danger decal up here that's been tampoed on, very nice. And spinning it around to the side, let's go ahead and get this one out as well. Forgot to turn those up. And there you go, you got the other side. Now these can lift up so you can see underneath of them with the wheels, and of course they do spin. And then this side opens up as well. And there you get a better view of the inside. Got some nice little designs there, just kind of adds to it a bit. Fold that down. And yeah, overall, very nice. Probably will leave it like that, but when I don't know if my other ones I do have in there, I don't have them in their robot form. I actually have the Megatron Hiss Tank as a Hiss Tank, and the All Striker Bumblebee as an All Striker. So maybe I'll just go ahead and leave it like this, but I'm not sure. I really like Soundwave. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring Zarana and Zartan over, and we're going to go to the action figures now for the G.I. Joe Transformer 2024 Soundwave collaborative set. And all right, here we have it. We have Zarana and Zartan, and these look fantastic. I'm actually pretty sad to be opening them because they look so well. Now, again, they have completely remade these anew, so some of the things that I have immediately noticed on the card art and the figure, they have added Zarana's tattoo onto her left upper arm, so that's very awesome. It's also a new head sculpt for Zarana that's never previously been done. So, of course, it's on this standard G.I. Joe card art, and this is more that flimsy card art that they've been trying to go away from, I believe. So, a little flimsy, so I don't feel too bad. But, of course, with Zarana, you can see that face sculpt is excellent. I am enjoying it. You see her buzzsaw bladed weapon, her backpack, and I don't believe she has a gun in there. She does have a stand. She's not pegged into the stand. It's just floating below, but as you can see, and if I spin her around to the side, you can see that tattoo tampoed onto her arm. Spin her around to the back. Of course, you get the multilingual file card, but, looks great. Known associates, Zartan and Xandar, Dreadnok mercenary. Zarana is a professional assassin who gains access to her victims through skillful acting and masterful use of makeup and disguise. Very cool. And, of course, down here at the bottom, you get that card art of the Thunder Machine with Zartan and Zarana on it. So yeah, there's Zarana, and then let's move over to Zartan, the Master of Disguise. Zartan, the enemy, of course, this is one of the few times we get to see this. This was the Fun School, or based on the Fun School card art, because as we know, Zartan came in a box set with a swamp skier, and this one's nice because they actually did it in silver, and it looks like, just looking at the face, that nose is a lot more pronounced on this version. So as you can see, he does come with his mask, his backpack, and his pistol. Very, very cool. The same thing. He's got the file stand, or the stand below. Looking good. And of course, on the back side, we see role mercenary, primary specialty infiltration, secondary specialty disguise, birthplace unknown. Zartan is a master of makeup and disguise, a ventriloquist, a linguist, an acrobatic contortionist, and a practitioner of several mystic martial arts. And again, with that same card art on the bottom. So yeah, give me just a moment, and we'll get these two out of the package, and we'll start checking them out. Okay, now that I've gotten them out of the package, we can actually see what these figures are all about. And before we do that, if you haven't already, like this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, set it for all notifications because I do a few of these videos a week, and make sure you comment. I want to know what you guys think of this video so far. What do you think of Soundwave? And definitely what do you think of the Zarana and Zartan figures? Sorry. So we'll start with Zarana because ladies first. Of course, it's got these painted flesh-toned pins on. They're all plastic. It's not the classic rivets we're used to, but it's just like the other retro G.I. Joe figures we've seen. And yeah, she looks fantastic. That's a really good. I like they even kind of gave her some blush on her cheeks, so very good. Of course, there is that tampoed on dragon serpent tattoo thing. Very, very cool. And of course, just going down the body. Of course, this is a standard G.I. Joe retro figure, so she's got all the. Ooh, she's got back and forth on the head. It does go forwards and backwards. But you can see there's a joint right there, so she turns at the joint, and then it actually has the rocker a little bit. I guess it is a ball joint. It's kind of hard to tell. Man, that is a tight joint on that head. Of course, she's got the 360-degree articulation. Got the bend at the elbow, the swivel at the bicep, both sides. We've got the hips and bend at the knees. So yeah, look, there's her spurs. That's really cool. Check out the back of the figure. Of course, we see here it says 2023 Hasbro, made in Vietnam, because we know that Hasbro did move a lot of their production to Vietnam from China. Of course, she's got that classic mohawk look, and this is just a fantastic figure. And there's her blade on her right thigh. Very, very cool. Let's go ahead and zoom back out. Stand her here. Maybe. Come on, Zarana. There we go. And on to her brother, Zartan. Now, I did mention earlier that I thought the face was a bit of a new head sculpt, so we're going to zoom in. And as you can see, that nose is a little more prominent than it was on the original figure from the 80s. Now, is the hood removable? That is a question. It does not feel like it is. It feels like it is glued on there tight. Now, I'm sure with a little bit of poking and prodding, I could pull that hood off, but for now, we're going to leave it. Of course, this one does not, as far as I know, have the color change feature. It was nowhere listed on the box. They did do, this is a separate piece, but you cannot take it off. It has been glued together. Just like the original figure, or I should say, unlike the original figure, this one does have a screw in the back so you can take it apart. And the same thing, he has the same articulation, 2023 Hasbro, made in Vietnam. I do like that they did the silver gray chest plate, though. I like that a lot. Of course, we got these down here. These are molded on. They are not separate. Oh, I might have lied. Those do come off. Look at that. Just like the original figure. Was not expecting that. So, very cool. So let's see if I can get it back on there now that I've pulled it off. He says as he tries to... There we go. Pops right back in place very well. It's nice and snug. Of course, he's got all the same articulation as I mentioned, and just looking very, very good. No issues here. Head turns. No issues there. Head is not nearly as tight on the joint as Zarana's was. I also forgot to mention those green eyes. They look very, very good. Matter of fact, let's just get right up in Zartan's business. Very, very good. Big fan of what I'm seeing. All right, so like I am always keen to say on these channels, the figures themselves, Zarana and Zartan, are not just to be enjoyed by themselves. They do come with a number of accessories. I did mention that they both come with figure stands, so we'll get the boring part out of the way first. Each get a figure stand. Zarana, of course, comes with her, I don't know what you want to call this, buzzsaw knife gun device thing. And it's just cast in all black. Nothing overly special about it. But there you go. Snaps right into her hand. And she does also come with her backpack. So there's her backpack. A little bit of the details kind of, I don't know, they're not quite as crisp as I would like to see them. But there you go. Just a simple black backpack. And Zartan comes with his backpack, which does have that hinge so that you can open it up. Maybe, if I can get my nail in there. There we go. And as you can see, there's a good little spot for his mask to fit in. Speaking of mask, he does come with that bearded, mustached mask that looks just like the one from the 80s. And as you can see from the back, it is molded to look like his face to fit on nice and snug. And finally, he does come with his black pistol. Very, very good. All right, so give me just a minute. I'm going to get them accessorized. I'll bring in the Thunder Machine and Ravage, and we'll just kind of do final thoughts. Okay, I did forget to mention that there is an accessory for a Ravage to actually have his leash. So I put that in Zarana's hand. It's very rubbery, flexible, so it snaps in the hand. No issues there. And of course, here they are accessorized. You can see Zartan has his backpack on. You can see he has his pistol in his hand. Zarana has her backpack on, weapon in her hand as well. And yeah, I think overall, I really do enjoy this set. I apologize, I turned away from the mic because Soundwave does come with an Energon sword. Or I shouldn't say it's an Energon sword, and I just don't know where I put it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I don't know. Oh, I do know where it's at. Here we go. Now, this is the one accessory I didn't say for Soundwave. It does snap onto the car. There's a peg somewhere for it. And it just snaps in on either one of these two. But it's a weapon for Soundwave, I believe. It's way too big to be one of the Zarana or Zartans. So sorry about forgetting about that. But overall, I really enjoy this set, and I probably should show you guys. So I will show you in the alternate view when I have those videos up of not only them in the Thunder Machine. I will also have the Zartan with his mask on. I'll get those up as well. But yeah, this is a great set. I really am enjoying it. It's fun. It's bright. Like I said, I'm not a huge Dreadnoks fan, but this is a fun set. I love Soundwave. I probably will leave him like this for now. But I am definitely glad to get these two figures in particular because these are the Dreadnoks that I do enjoy. Zartan especially, because of course he is one of the higher-ups in the Cobra hierarchy, even though he is a mercenary. But you guys tell me down below, what do you think of this set? Is this something you guys are interested in picking up? Like I said, it is still available on Hasbro Pulse. So if you're playing the long game on it, I think you might actually be able to get it less than MSRP, which is $100, $99.99. But yeah, you get a lot for it. I do really enjoy the figures. I actually did pick myself up a second box set, so I'm going to just keep that around because I like to have doubles of, these collaborations because they're really cool. So yeah, I'm going to give this a thumbs up. Make sure you give this video as a thumbs up. Comment down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And let me know what you think of the 2024 Transformers G.I. Joe collaboration set of Soundwave with Ravage and Zarana and Zartan. Otherwise, I'm Mark. You've been watching Coffee with Toys, and I will see you later.